So here are 5 things I'd like to see more of in the Old Hunters Bloodborne DLC. Number 5, Laurence, founder of the Healing Church. There is like absolutely nothing but inference regarding Laurence's character. Gehrman mentions him once.
Oh, Laurence, what's taking you so long? I've grown too old for this. Of little use now, I'm afraid.
We know he started the Healing Church and his skull is on the altar. We hear his voice, which the credits show is voiced by 2 people, crazily enough. But other than that, nothing. This is the only thing we ever hear him say.
Master Willem, I've come to bid you farewell. No, but you will never listen. I tell you I will not forget our adage. Fear the old blood. I must take my leave.
Apparently it takes 2 people for that burdening amount of voice work. Should have just hired Troy Baker. He could have voiced the whole cast of this game in like a few hours. We don't even know what Laurence looks like. I'd like to see him make an appearance in the Hunter's Nightmare. As we have learned, people can reside in nightmare worlds even in death. Or we can learn more about him through more inference. I guess I can settle with that, whatever. Number 4, ANNALISE, Immortal Queen of the VILEBLOODS. Why is she immortal? Can you answer this? I can't. I hope I learn more about what makes her undying, even when splattered into bits and pieces of writhing flesh. I understand that VILEBLOODS have a special ability. Their rune offers health regeneration. They seek blood dregs to help ANNALISE birth a child of blood. Is she immortal because of her hunters bringing her so many blood dregs? Can you marry her when you acquire the Ring of Betrothal under certain circumstances? Will this be addressed in the upcoming expansion? Will it shine more light on her story? What will it tell us? Number 3. Useless items and doors gaining some use. Yharnam Stone and Ring of Betrothal are both completely useless items found in the Chalice dungeons. I hope the expansion will give these items some use. While the Yharnam Stone is utterly useless, the Ring of Betrothal opens up a new dialogue for ANNALISE. It allows you to propose marriage to her, but she says no. Also, the locked door to the Great Bridge Lantern doesn't have a key and remains permanently locked. Wouldn't it be cool if they gave you the key for this door? Huh? Number 2, Gehrman, his apprentice, and the Blood Minister. Obviously not much is told about Gehrman other than that he's the first hunter and had been trapped in a dream for a very, very long time. He totally pretends to be wheelchair bound, taking advantage of your naivety. As the old hunter bone implies, he also had an apprentice who mastered the art of quickening. Who and where is he? Is he the Blood Minister? You know, the very mysterious man in the top hat that gives you the blood transfusion in Yosefka's clinic? Who the hell is that guy and whatever happened to him? Judging from the fact that there isn't a blue goopy celestial being with a top hat inside the clinic, you can rule out the possibility that he was experimented on by fake Yosefka. Some say he's the person being eaten by the werewolf in the beginning, but that's not true, as the corpse looks nothing like him. He seems aged and wheelchair bound, much like Gehrman, but they definitely aren't the same person. There's a very good possibility he's an old hunter, and I have a very good feeling he may show up in the Old Hunters expansion. Number 1, the mysterious trapdoor of Byrgenwerth. As you may have noticed, there is a very peculiar hatch in Byrgenwerth Mansion. While I'd love to hear more about Provost Willem and what he was like before being rendered a vegetable, this hatch has confounded me since I discovered it more than anything else in Byrgenwerth. What really makes it a mystery is the fact that you cannot leave messages on it, you cannot ring your resonant bells while standing on it, similar to when you're on an elevator, and when you exit the game while standing on it, you'll reload the game standing next to it. What's down there? A computer you have to enter numbers into every 108 minutes? I have a very good feeling we'll find out in the expansion, as an area called the Research Hall has been confirmed. The hatch is similar to the one leading to Patches, so it could be possible it leads down to the lecture building you visit in a nightmare. Now that you know what I'd like to see more of in the Old Hunters expansion, let's go over what we do know will be in it. Not much is really known, but if you'd rather know nothing about what's in the upcoming DLC and go into it completely fresh, then stop this video now. Through a patch added prior to Tuesday, sometime on the weekend, you will have access to the League, a new Covenant in Bloodborne. You do not need to purchase the DLC to get it. The Covenant leader will show up in 3 locations: the first shortcut area of the Forbidden Woods, by the first Temwick Charnel Lane lamp, and by the Byrgenwerth Mansion lamp. You just need to speak with him and join the Covenant for the League's oath. The symbol looks like it was fashioned after his jacket. That's just silly. When you equip the rune, several summoning locations and areas before bosses will appear, but you can only summon them by using a new item called the Elder Summoning Bell. On top of that, they added Japanese voiceovers for all the characters. As I understand, this is new with the patch, but chances are this will be only available in Japan.
はじめまして、狩人様。私は人形。この夢であなたのお世話をするものです。
The doll's voice is so kawaii. Also, now you can marry her. Just kidding. I bet your ears perked up when I said that. Come on, you don't want to marry a doll. Then you'll just be this guy. In the actual paid expansion, we have seen in the trailer that Ludwig will be a boss. He was the first hunter of the Healing Church, implying he might have known Laurence. He definitely knew Gehrman. It is also implied he founded the Healing Church workshop and created various hunter tools. The DLC shows that in a nightmare he was transformed into a hideous creature. Chances are we'll learn more about him and what happened to him. The DLC trailer also shows us vast new areas, a wide range of weapons, and more importantly, a new move it seems. This may be associated with maxing out your beasthood meter, or just a new ability with the Beast Claw. I was always hoping there would be a way to transform when you max out your beasthood meter. This may be it. There's also new arcane spells, such as the Arcane Bullet, a new shield that isn't just a piece of garbage, and as shown in a Japanese magazine, the Moonlight Greatsword! This sword has appeared in every game under Miyazaki's direction since Demon's Souls, so it's nice to see it return, and maybe the secret behind it all along was arcane magic! Did you think of that? I'll go in a little more detail about the weapons we've seen in the trailer. First of all, I want to express my gratitude to the developers for finally adding a fire-imbued weapon. This hammer's transform mode seems to give it a burst of fire. There's a scythe-like weapon similar to the cleaver and spear, a bow that shoots arcane arrows, a blunt weapon that stretches out similar to the whip, an awesome-looking spinny sawblade weapon that can be revved up possibly for more damage it seems, a shield and a curvy sword of some sort, a spear that transforms into a pickaxe-type weapon, an electrified cleaver weapon that normally I'd say is buffed, but it looks different than a buffed weapon, leading me to believe it is part of the weapon's stats. Perhaps Archibald will make an appearance, as he is mentioned time and time again in item descriptions for being the inventor of bolt weapons and bolt paper. And this goes without saying that there will be many new pieces of attire, and a repeat boss, the Cleric Beast. Only, no, he's different now because he's on fire! I hope there's many new other bosses that haven't been revealed yet, and not just repeat ones. I just can't get the Smelter Demon out of my mind! Also, as I hear, access to the Hunter's Nightmare will be given to you through an item called Eye of a Blood Drunk Hunter, or I think that's what it's called. So that's the gist of what we do know by now. I'll definitely be covering and detailing all the changes and extra lore soon. Please subscribe and or become a patron. I'd like to give a special shout out to my current patrons for making this video possible. And while you wait, check out my prior videos.